Hello again. I always enjoy seeing politicians in this country appeal to our patriotism when they're asking us not to complain about some idiotic mistake which they've made and the ill effects of which we're about to suffer. As most people know, expecting us to be able to generate enough electricity for everybody in Britain by means of windmills and water wheels was bound to end in power cuts sooner or later. It turns out that they are due soon, this winter in fact, which will be upon us in a few weeks. Rather than admit, though, that they have made a complete mess of things and that we ought to have continued to mine coal and drill for oil and gas, our masters are now telling us it is our patriotic duty to freeze this winter because it will help Ukraine to defeat the Russians. Speaking yesterday at a select committee, our Chancellor of the Exchequer said various stirring things, such as, "It is a national mission to make sure that we can't be blackmailed by people like Putin when they do things that interrupt international energy supplies. And also, we need you to play your part in reducing our energy dependence on what Putin chooses to do in Ukraine. You see, it's all the fault of somebody in Russia, and it's our duty to turn off our central heating so that we can help Ukraine triumph over those Russians." It seems that the French are also guilty because we were hoping to catch some electricity from them this winter, but they haven't opened their new reactors on time. Cool. That's the French all over for you. They wouldn't even have a country if it wasn't for us liberating them in 1944. This was, of course, the meta message which Jeremy Hunt hoped people would catch when he mentioned France. We must, it seems, all do our bit to help defeat the Russians and French, but it will mean making sacrifices and not heating our homes or making as many cups of tea. As the Chancellor sternly reminded us, in the end, everyone is going to have to take responsibility for their energy bills. This is a very odd thing to say because, of course, I take responsibility for my energy bills. Who else is going to pay the gas bill if not me? I cannot remember when last I enjoyed reading a speech from a British politician quite as much as this one. It has everything: the appeal to national pride, the call to do our bit, and also the conjuring up of a wicked foreigner who is really to blame for the whole business. I need hardly point out that had we not closed down all our coal mines and stopped drilling in the North Sea, then we would have plenty of fuel to see us through the hardest winter. This crisis has not been created by Vladimir Putin, but by our own foolish and short-sighted leaders. As usual, I give a link in the description to this video to news item about this.